Hello everyone, I am Neeraj Munot and I am the founder of BuildAlgos. So BuildAlgos is the fastest way to validate any type of trading idea, and in this video I am going to show you how you can get started with using BuildAlgos. This is an event-driven engine using which you can backtest your strategies and also deploy it with the brokers, and we'll see how it works in detail. So the first thing that you need to do is log in. If you don't have an account yet, you can just go and sign up. It's free to sign up. With signing up, you get 25 free backtests. Just click on accept terms and conditions and sign in. So once you log in, this is how your dashboard will look. So if you haven't connected any accounts, then it's fine. You don't have to connect accounts to build a strategy. And so this is how the UI looks. We'll go directly into the strategy builder. So this is the strategy builder. I know it can get a bit overwhelming to see this. These are the entry conditions and the entry condition is linked to an action. So how it works is that first of all you need to select what instrument you want to do your research in. You can obviously change it in the future, but right now we are going to backtest it in Nifty. And then we have to select the time frame. So time frame can be anything out of this. So let's say if I've selected 5 minute and I'm building an intraday strategy. So at the close of each and every candle, the code will go and loop through and check all these conditions in a sequence. So this is the first condition it will check, then it will check the second condition. If the first condition is satisfied, it will take the action, whatever the action is linked. There can also be multiple actions connected to a condition, but at the moment we are just going to see how one condition is going to work out. So if you don't know, this is a 930 straddle strategy, and when the candle time is equal to 930, it is going to take the action of placing a straddle with target, stop loss, and like call and put. It's going to sell call and put and create a straddle. So this is the core logic. Each and every condition that you create is an if condition, and if that condition is satisfied, it's going to enter into the given action. So here we can, if you want to do an analysis using any of the data point, or if you want to add any indicator, you can do so. So for that, you just have to go here, select the data point. So let's say if you are creating a strategy in spot data, we already have that available, spot, futures. You can also do analysis on top of options data. And we also have rolling straddle data, days to expiry, days from last expiry. You can also combine options data and run a backtest on top of it. And we also have synthetic futures data. So these are all the data points that are available with us. Right now we are just going to focus on and understand how the platform actually works, and then go into detail of each and every data point and how you can use it to build your own strategy. So this is the base template that comes up. It's a 930 straddle. So it first checks if the candle time is equal to 930, it will place this straddle. So this is an entry condition. An entry condition is only checked when there is no other position open. So we also have the entire documentation of BuildAlgos written. Over there you can go and check what each and everything exactly means, or you can also click on this icon and it will take you to the documentation only. So this is how we have structured it. So let's say if you want to take infinite entries, so in an entry condition you can actually configure if you want to like the number of entries you want to take. You can also configure if you want to allow checking this condition when any other position is open. So generally, when do we take an entry? An entry is only taken when there is no other position is open. But let's say if you want to allow the condition to enter even when there are other positions already running, then you can just enable that. So BuildAlgos allows you to create multiple conditions, and it also allows you to link those conditions to multiple actions. So you can also allow allow the condition to run when other positions are already open. And then there is an option of allow when trigger is pending. So this allows you to run the condition when the triggers are also open. So triggers are nothing but the trades that are not executed, but they are in wait and trade phase. So in actions there is a in add leg there is an option to add wait and trade. So if you add a wait and trade, and if a given particular trade is not executed and is pending to get executed, you can also create a condition using which you can run the condition when there is a trigger pending. Otherwise, this condition will only run when there are no triggers and when there are no existing positions open. So this is a 9:30 straddle. So I'll just say candle time equal to 9:30. It will take a straddle, and then there is an exit condition wherein if candle time equal to 15:15, it will square off. But since it's an intraday strategy, you can also configure square off time using settings. So if you see settings, you can actually find square off time here, which is also set at 15:15. So this is how the basic structure for building a strategy actually works. Now we have the add leg option here. So we have added two legs. This is the target and the stop loss. So if you want the stop loss and target to run as per the ticks or as per high and low for backtest, like this is how it works. But let's say if you want to change it to 1 minute close, you can also configure this option for legs SL and target on, and you can configure it to close. Then it will run only on candle close. Otherwise, if you set it to tick, it will use high low for the backtest, and it will actually use ticks to see your stop loss and target. So now let's say if I want to build a strategy wherein we are checking the data point of Nifty, of spot, and then we want to also check the indicator of RSI. So this is going to be a simple strategy. So what we are going to do is we have added spot data and we have added the RSI as an indicator. So for this strategy, what I'll do is if spot current close. So let me first explain you what the rule of the strategy is. So the rule is very simple. If RSI goes above 70, then we are going to go long, and if RSI goes below 30, then we are going to go short. So it's an opposite kind of a trade. It's a directional trade actually. So if it is above 70, we are going to go actually long, and if it goes below 30, then we are going to go short, and not the other way around. Actually, we are not going to do mean reversion here. We are just going to try to capture the momentum, and it will be checked at each and every, like at 5 minute close. So right now what I'm going to do is I'll just select this RSI current, and it should be above the value of 70. So if it is above 70, then we are going to go long. So I'll buy CE. I'll write this condition as buy CE and close this. And here I'm going to give a target of 20% and also give a stop loss of 20% and save this. Now I'll also create a condition of buy PE. So we are going to go and put this as buy PE and save this. And we are going to create a new entry condition. So I'll name the first entry as entry long and the second entry as entry short. For short condition, our logic is very simple. The RSI should be below 30. If it is below 30, then we are going to go short, and we are going to place those stop loss and target even for put. So now that I've configured this strategy, we have also put in a exit condition, and the exit condition is that at 15:15 we'll close all the trades. We'll save this strategy as RSI basic and save this. We'll run a quick backtest on this strategy. So once the backtest gets started, you can go and see it in the backtest section right over here. But right now what I'm going to do is we are going to add a new condition. Over here what we are doing is, if it's a expiry day, we are going to buy the next week's option. So you can just do it in the same strategy. So I'll add a days to expiry weekly, and I'll duplicate this entry condition and I'll write it as next. So since this is an option buying strategy, if it is a 0 DTE, if DTE equals to 0, then we are going to buy the next week's option. So I'll duplicate this action and I'll write here as next. And here we are going to select expiry of the next week. Next. And done. So once you link this condition will actually check what the expiry day is. If the expiry day is of like if it is a 0 DTE, then we'll enter into the next week expiry, otherwise we'll only enter into the current week expiry. So this thing we have done for call side. For long, for short I'm not gonna do this right now. For short will, like, it's just an example, so for short we'll just leave it open. But now the entry condition is set that if it goes above 30 then I want to exit. Sorry, if it goes below 30 then I'm going to enter into short, and if it goes above 70 then we are going to enter long. But now what if I want to create another exit condition which is specifically for this long option, for this long entry? And the condition is that if we enter, if it goes above 70, then we are going to exit if it either goes below 50 or goes above 80. So let's just add a new exit condition. So this will be configured as exit, and since we are creating this this exit condition for long entry, we need to see that the position is actually open in that long entry. So if the stop loss or target would have gotten hit, our position would again be nullified. If the stop loss and target hadn't gotten hit, then and if the RSI condition would have satisfied, then we are going to still exit the position. So for that purpose, what I'll say is that this buy CE position is actually open. So actions inside of this position is open equal to true, and we're going to duplicate this. Buy CE next is open equal to true. Now we are going to create a new group. So this is the first group wherein we are checking if both the positions are actually open or not. If once we have checked both the positions are open, then we are going to check our RSI. If RSI current goes above, let's say 90, or if RSI goes below, so current RSI is below, let's say 50. So if any of this happens, even then we are going to exit, and we are only going to check this condition obviously for the call side. So for that I'll just duplicate this action and I'm going to write square of C, and I'll remove this and add a new action, and the action will be square of action. So this square of action will close the open positions inside of buy CE, and I'll duplicate this and inside of buy CE next. And we are going to link this exit condition with the action. I'll name this as long exit. And similarly, we can create a exit condition for short exit as well. So I'll name it as short exit. And here, instead of checking buy CE action being open, I'll check if buy PE action is open. Like any legs entered using the buy PE action, if they are open, then only we are going to check this action, check this condition. So in this condition, we are going to see if RSI goes above 50 or if RSI goes below 10, then we are directly going to exit. So here we are going to duplicate this square of CE and name it as square of PE. And here I'm just going to square off the put leg. Alright, so since we did not have like the next expiry configured for the put side, we are just going to add a single entry for square of action of buy put. Okay, so I'll just save this, and you can link these two together, and we'll save this. So now we have gotten the entire strategy ready with us for RSI. We are also going to run a backtest for the strategy that we just created. Just click on this backtest. You can also add a comment to remember what the SL target was. SL target 20%, and in the description I'll also mention CE entry different, CE entry 0 DTE in next, PE entry as it is. So I can also give a description of what strategy was created, and I'll start backtesting. And once we start backtesting, you can see that the description that we just wrote is appearing right in this section, and we can also search for the strategy. And here is the previous strategy that we had created. It was like a simple entry exit condition, and this is the report. So it sucks, so it's pretty bad, but let's see how this new strategy that we just created looks like. So this is the backtest report for this another strategy, and it is like, it's fine, it sucks. So well, yeah, this is how the backtest report actually looks like in BuildAlgos. You can also go ahead and merge multiple backtest reports if you want to. So we can also go and combine these two strategies and see how they look. So if I go and hit combine, it's like combined RSI test. So we can add slippage and multiplier. We can also give individual strategy its own slippage and multiplier, and we can go and combine this strategy. And if we go and combine, this is how it looks. These are the results of two different strategies, and here is a comparison of them as well. In the next video, I'll cover how you can create conditions on individual options data, how you can add VWAP on top of options data, or you can add indicators on top of another indicator. You can also check combined premium data values and put VWAP on top of that, and build any type of strategy in derivative segment. So we also have a AI feature enabled. So this is still in beta, but you can go and ask what the strategy exactly is, and the assistant will actually answer you what the strategy is. And if you want, you can also discuss with this AI on how you can create a better strategy. Like this is how it will tell, and you can also modify a strategy using our AI. So we'll also have a demo for this in a later video. Let me know what you think about BuildAlgos, and you just go and try it out. If you have any feedback, please let us know. We'll obviously work on it and try to improve the platform as much as possible. Thank you.